with the pandemic expediting changes in all industries, what would be a thing you would change about gaming culture? I don't know how this ties into the pandemic, but I could definitely. There's a lot of things I want to change about gaming culture for sure. You know, especially the last. And again, man, you were talking about how like 4 years ago we're talking about this stuff. Nothing's changed in that time. Think about it like this, right? We started STFU and Play called Shut the Fuck Up and Play. The whole impetus of that site that Torrent started was gamers spent too much time arguing on social media. They need to play their games. Almost 10 years later, nothing has changed.
Yep.
Dudes are still just bickering about that stuff. So the main thing I would change about gaming culture is I don't want to get rid of like the healthy competition between like people who own different consoles because it was fun. I just want it to be the way it used to be back in our day. We would talk shit about this console or that console, but we still go over to the other guy's house and play it at the end of the day. Nowadays, it's like if you were to put like an Xbox in front of a PlayStation guy, they would break it or something. You know,
they'd be
like, you know, it'd shirk around.
Like you literally put up a cross in front of a vampire.
Yeah. And I'm not going to name any names, but now there's guys calling themselves like after mythical animals and shit. I'm like, yo, what is going on with gaming right now, man? Like, this is too much. So that's the main thing I would change, like the toxicity of it. You know, it's like get back to fun. You know, stop bickering about consoles and talk about the games you love and express your love of these games, and then find other people to either who share your passion for it or who maybe be turned on to what you like, you know? Instead of, because again, gamers make all gamers look bad, you know, like, oh, no, I should say the hardcore crazy people, they make all gamers look bad because people from the outside look at gamers like, what the fuck is up with these guys? Because who are the loudest dudes? The guy's screaming, you know?
Yeah.
And
that's with any community.
Yeah.
You know, when it comes to, people in comic fans, that used to be a thing, movie fans, all kinds of anime fans, it all is relative, but you have to sort of make sure that the positives outweigh the negatives of the community, because then the community starts to be seen as that.
Yeah. Yeah. And you kind of hit it on the head. This kind of applies to all fandoms. This is not just a gaming problem. This is across the board. Where think about it, if you, for whatever reason, you had never played a video game, right? And you're just starting to, really get hardcore into video games. You go on Twitter. What are you met with? People yelling at you, Like, you'd be like, fuck this shit. I'm not going to deal with this nonsense. I'm a dip,
Yeah.
Imagine you come in there. Oh, man, Mario's great. I love these Mario games. Pff, stupid. Sonic's better, you stupid idiot. Then they try to dox you or something. It's like, yo, what the hell is going on here?
Yeah, I do feel like there are parts of the community that are very open and they really, accept the people the new people that come in. But I also think that there's also sort of that gate that happens between people, where it's like, hey, I'm just a new guy here. Don't come down on me just because I want to enjoy this stuff too, Yeah. But,
Yeah, it's bad. So, Rich, what's your answer? What would be the main thing you want to change about gaming culture?
Well, I certainly also would have added in the point about the fanboys, because has gotten out of hand. But I do want to add another one, and this might be a little controversial.
Uh-oh, here we go.
My opinion. Yes. The hyped up CG game trailers.
Yeah. Remember, we're talking about gaming culture specifically,
Oh, the culture.
Yeah, the culture, yeah.
Is it okay to mention the hype?
Yes, it is, because I thought that's where you were going with this, because I'm 100% with you. Gaming, I'll let you finish, but like, gamers need to chill with the hype, But go on, Rich.
Yeah, and that's the example that I was going to give, because I know that anytime there's an announcement of a new game, they will show a CG trailer, and everyone. Well, I believe everyone on this particular show and others, some of our other peers, know this is not how the game is going to look.
Yes.
So, I understand people are hyped when there's an announcement, but we need to wait until we see gameplay before we actually be like, okay, I might check that out now.
Yeah, I need to add on that, because that's a great one. It's like, and it's like gamers never learn. They overhype a title to high hell. It doesn't meet their expectations. Then they get hyped for the next title. I'm like, you should have learned your lesson. Rich, I'm just going to say it's Cyberpunk, man. Cyberpunk should have taught everybody a lesson, but dudes are still getting crazy about stuff. Or, for example, a Nintendo Direct gets announced, right? Oh my God, they're gonna show this, they're gonna go, they go fucking crazy, right? Then it comes out that all the stuff they wanted isn't there, and then they get upset. The cycle repeats over and over and over and over again, and dudes never seem to learn. It's like, chill out with the hype. Why must everything be overhyped? You know? And then, I don't know. Go ahead, Rich, because I got something else. I could go off on this topic alone, man.
You're probably going to say this next. I expect there to be some disappointment with the Sony show, because I've seen people writing stuff online about, I can't wait for them to reveal Metal Gear Solid Remake or Bloodborne 2.
Here we go.
Here we go. Yep. Yeah, that was exactly what I was going to say next. Like, dudes, like, getting themselves hyped with, like, unrealistic expectations. And then when those things don't happen because they're unrealistic, they get upset. And then they go, and then they start sending fucking threats or whatever to the companies. You know? It's like, what is going on here? Or attacking each other over it. Goes back to my other point. You know, it's like, you're not hyped for this. What the fuck's wrong with you? You know, just losing their minds. But yeah, hype culture. And you're right, because it is a industry problem. Like, the hype starts from somewhere. The fans are doing it too, but it's these companies as well. You know, that's a big problem. But we're more specifically talking about the culture. But yeah, the hype is too much, man. People need to chill, but they don't learn. You get a logo, motherfuckers go crazy. You know.
Yep. Starfield.
Yeah. Starfield got a little trailer. Rich, you talk about it. Like, what the hell are people getting hyped for? You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, man, it's crazy. Carlos, gaming culture, what would you change?
Man. I guess this isn't gaming culture. Because what I was going to say is the elimination of the AA game. But I don't know if that's much culture. As
that's not really culture. That's an industry thing, you know?
I would say being complacent with especially with a console of your choice, you know, just fanboys, you know, they have, especially Nintendo, just to be honest. Obviously everyone does it, but you know, when a company does something and that is, you know, subpar, or you know, hey, you know, we're releasing a gaming console or a mobile gaming platform. It doesn't have voice chat. You can use your phones. That is bullshit. I'm sorry. You know, if you're a fan of this console, I understand that they're still going to make the games that you love. But when a company half-asses certain features that are kind of pivotal in today's day and age, it shouldn't be tolerated, you know? And the reason why Nintendo is in their ivory tower just laughing and counting the money on all the Switch sales is because they can, because their main, you know, their main fan base doesn't put their feet on the fire. They don't make them do anything. They just you know, accept anything that's given to them by Nintendo. And I understand that a lot of that is stuff that they love, you know, like a Breath of the Wild, like Super Mario Odyssey, which, you know, Super Mario Odyssey is a game I love too. Pokemon and Smash Brothers. But you know, there are other aspects of this thing. It's a device that can obviously do it. So yeah, obviously make sure that the culture does not allow bullshit. And you know, we saw that recently with the PlayStation 5 or with Sony and Horizon Forbidden West.
I was just about to say that, Carlos. You know for a fact, if this was Nintendo, none of that would change, right? For two reasons. One, Nintendo, they're not going to change it just because they're Nintendo. And two, the fans wouldn't have complained. They would be like, yeah, that's fine. That's fantastic. That's great. You lied. That's fine. That's cool. You know? The reason Sony changed is because people were pissed, right? And I said this on Twitter. I'm surprised I didn't get any flack for it. Real fans demand the best from their favorite companies. Fake fans just, you know, hug the nuts, you know? Those nut huggers, they're not real fans, bro. You know? The real fans are the guys who demand change and the guys who get change. Because of those people like us, they change that real quick, you know?
And I do see people
they didn't... Oh, sorry.
Go ahead, Carlos.
No, go ahead, man.
Yeah.
I was gonna say they don't need that sort of thing to overshadow the main product. if the outrage over this thing was, over these stupid SKUs and junk, was overshadowing the actual product, the release date of the product and the things. They don't want that shit.
Yeah. Yeah, no, exactly. But yeah, no, Carlos right. If this was Nintendo, that would not have changed at all. Think about it. Nintendo, what they sold you, what three $60 games that were all remakes. Nobody said anything. Like, yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
You know?
What is it? Life of Brian of Isaac was like what, $40-$50?
Oh, Life of Isaac, yeah. It's like Nintendo, yeah, exactly. You could buy
it's something that
yeah. I'm keep cutting you off, bro. My bad. Go ahead.
I think there might be a delay that I'm not noticing. So my bad. So yeah, it's the whole Nintendo thing, and obviously I'm harping more on them because they're the ultimate example. Is sometimes backlash can be positive.
Yes.
Look at Halo Infinite. Halo Infinite was pushed because I don't care what anybody says. It was pushed because of the backlash. And I feel like Halo Infinite, when it releases at the end of the year, is going to be a better game because of it.
Yep. I agree. I've said this a million times. If people responded positively to what we saw last year, that game would have released that year. I guarantee you that. By the way, Carlos, I don't think there was I'm getting too hyped for this topic. I get into this shit. All right, Manny, what would you change about gaming culture?
I mean, I would agree with you on that on the thing that you said originally. I think
toxic fanboys, right?
The toxic fanboys and that part of the community is so overbearing. It literally locks out so many different people just because of how it is.
Yeah.
I personally, I don't, for me, I've never interacted with the larger gaming community, like on forums and stuff like that, because I just don't want to deal with that sort of stuff. There's a few times where I did actually come out and ask one question, and I just got called stupid or something like that. So I'm like, I don't need this shit.
Yeah. No, you're right. I remember, I think it was last month, Dumeke, he asked us a question about does the gaming community kind of turn you off from games? We all said no, but we understood where he was coming from. Right?
Oh, yeah.
Let's just say, again, you play Red Dead Redemption or something, right? Hyped as fuck. You love the game. You go on Twitter to talk about it. Then you got a bunch of people hating on you. Why would you want to deal with that?
Why would you want to deal with the slings and arrows of the greater community? I mean, granted, there are definitely people that will if you do sort of reach out, sometimes they'll help you, but it also feels like you have to sort of fight in the right room, and sometimes that can be even more, the right space where those type of people exist.
Yeah.
Because if you're just kind of going openly and just kind of putting it out there, a lot of times you just kind of get backlash for just saying what you want, saying what you sort of feel.
Yeah. Jay Shepsio says in my feed every single day. I could tweet the most benign shit. There'll be hate,
I mean, I would say, there's this little, whenever one thing you should look at on your homepage at Twitter, there's a thing on here that says you can change it from see latest tweets instead to to change it to latest tweets instead, and it usually sort of filters out all the other bullshit, because sometimes that shit is being fed to you because it knows what things that you sort of look at.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just, again, like I could tweet someone, I love this game. You're stupid. Why? And I was like, what the fuck, dude? By the way, I hate those replies where people are talking positively about the game. Well, I didn't like it because of this. Nobody asked you, bruh.
Well, no, that's not the worst one. That's not the worst one.
No, that's not the worst one. I just hate that,
Oh, yeah. Well, the example that I'm going to bring up, and Tony was the recipient of this, is saying, I love this game. It was my game of the year. And then people just respond with another game.
Every time. Or, oh, you forgot about this. No, I didn't forget. I just don't care about that game. How about that? People are crazy, man. I was talking Final Fantasy. Oh, that's what it was. I put up a thread. Not a thread. It was just, a post. I was like, I miss, or I miss turn-based games. You know, I know there are turn-based games. I said I like turn-based games, right? Somebody goes, so stupid. Action's better. How am I supposed to respond to that? What am I supposed to say? You know,
that sounds like you from like over 20 years ago.
when I was 13.
When you were 13.
Yeah, not
I mean,
and this is a dude. By the way, I'm not gonna say a name, but this I got this from a guy who's older than me.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
I'm gonna say this: people act like children on fucking Twitter. Childish shit.
Yeah. Again, dude, there's this. I'll tell you off air, but I'm seeing some shit from dudes that are like, it should be. We're getting damn, the AAEE. What's the name of that fucking card? That AA double something card.
I don't know.
Oh yeah. I know what you're saying. I know what you're trying to say, but I can't figure out what it is.
But you got retirement age dudes on Twitter acting like this, bro. It's crazy. Your AARP, thank you. Yeah, you got AARP recipients with this nonsense. It is wild out there, man.